everybody. Welcome to my In Conversation With. I am super excited to be here today. We are live with Dani Smith, the Queen of Business Organisation. I love that title. Absolutely love it. So, Dani, would you like to introduce yourself to everyone?
Yes, thank you, Anna. I am the Queen of Business Organisation, and I love that title myself. When I got it, it was like such an aha moment. And I've only had it for about a year now, but I've actually been business coaching and mentoring for 2.5 years. Actually been in business for 9 years, but running online business, like online communities and supporting businesses for 10 years, which it's kind of crazy as the years go by. So what I do is I work with service-based women in business, particularly holistic businesses or anything around that, because there's such a vast range. And I help them to create simple systems, emphasis on simple, because we want to keep business simple, to grow and scale their business. And it's usually that I find people as doing, like, they're either starting up and they want to, grow it, or they've already started, but they're doing everything one-to-one and they want to start putting strategies in place that can grow their income and increase their profit, like with different streams of income. And so that's what I work on, and in a simple way. And as a result of all of the work that I do, there's 3 key areas I focus on: saving time, because as being the business organisation queen, I have to help you save time and organise your time, increase your productivity, again, being organised with your productivity, and earn more money doing that. So those are the 3 things that I focus on. So that's me, and that's what I do.
It's exciting. And you're Yorkshire lass like me.
I am, yeah. All the people are.
Oh, we're just alienated. 95% of our audience.
I know. Sorry, guys.
So I know from experience that the one thing that stops a lot of people progressing in their business and becoming bigger and more successful is the old, I haven't got time.
Oh, yes.
And I know from personal experience that putting systems in place and having a strategy and business organisation is key to making more time.
Absolutely.
So how do you go about it?
Get started, like, and I know that sounds daft, but me and Anna was just having a conversation before we started, and the key thing to remember is it doesn't actually start with the plan. And it sounds daft saying that, because I am very strategic, very organised. I love planning. I have like 5 different types of planners that I pick up and use each one at different times. I'm such a stationary geek, but it's not actually the plans and the systems that come first, it's the mindset. Because if you don't work on the mindset first of all, you're not going to be consistent with it. You're not going to see results while you're doing it. And so it is working on the mindset first, because when you're in the right place to take action, you're going to, like I say, create those healthy habits and be consistent. You're going to take that action. Yeah. And it's all about that first. So that's where I'd actually recommend getting started with the mindset. And I'm always honest that I'm not great with the mindset work and consistency of that myself. I'd rather spend like hours planning with a notebook and pen. But that's not ideal, is it? So I actually implement a mindset like practice every single day. That's one of the things I do before I even look at my work stuff. So, like, taking today as an example, I guess I kind of have to organise my mindset routine for it to work for me, because my strength is the organisation. So I actually organise the mindset routine. But like today as an example, I got up, I did yoga first, just 10 minutes. Absolutely love it first thing in the morning. Have my coffee, my journaling, affirmations, a bit of EFT. If you don't know what that is, it's emotional freedom tapping, and I love it. I definitely recommend it. And then I do a little bit of reading, usually business related, self-development book, just because I'm obsessed with self-development. And then I will actually start work. And it sounds like a lot, but that's all. It's like an hour and a half I spend, and you don't have to spend all that. And I always say do what's right for you, but it does sound like a lot. But all of that prepares me in the morning to be in the right mindset, to be in the right place, to show up like no matter what. Because one common thing that myself and many other mums might realise is that you might do all your stuff in the morning, and then I always say the kids walk in, and that can change my energy. So what I've done before that is going to massively impact my energy and how I react and respond to them. So I'm either going to react in a negative way, which then goes kind of downhill. It's like a spiral. Or if I've done the work beforehand, I'm going to be a little bit more positive, like, come on, cheer up, let's move on, or, you know, deal with the kids, and then I can move on and then tap into the work that I need to be doing. So I definitely think mindset is the first place to start. And second would be time. So like Anna mentioned, time. And what was the question you said everybody always asks you about time?
I haven't got enough time to scale. I can't fit everything in. Yeah. Get it all the time.
It's ironic though, isn't it? Because if you don't actually make a change within the time and how you manage it, then you're not actually going to scale anyway. So it's really interesting that we kind of, and I hate saying this because I know people don't like it, but I think I hate it because I didn't used to like it, because I was one of those people that didn't like to be told it's an excuse. But it is, because I talk from experience. I sat here like, I don't have enough time. And I'm not going to lie, at the time when I used to say that, I had an employed job. I ran 2 businesses, and then I did like, it was like a direct sales business actually, because I was like an affiliate, but we were in a part of a team. So it was very much like the direct selling format. And I was part of that, and I had that job as well. So it was kind of like 4 jobs essentially. So yeah, technically maybe that is not having much time. But interestingly, I always use this story because I was doing all those 4 things with 3 children and a disabled husband. And actually, I was making money from my businesses consistently. And I was making it, because a large part of that was my NHS money. I do miss that, I'm not going to lie. But it wasn't easy, so I prefer the easy money. Thank you very much. But a lot, yeah, so that was like a lot, and it was like the most I'd ever earned. Did I burn out? Yes, but I started to learn that I needed to be organised, so I didn't burn out. So it does impact your health as well, if you don't organise your time within your business.
Yeah, this time thing, it's such a mindset thing as well, isn't it? We say it's an excuse. Yeah, it is an excuse to ourselves. And I think sometimes, and I talk about this all the time, when you change that phrase, I haven't got time, to how can I find the time? Goodness me, that makes a huge difference.
That was one of the first things I actually did. I don't know where it came from, but since I said it, I was on a live training and I said it in one of my challenges, and everybody, it was like a light bulb went off when I said, like, I don't, to how can I, or can I do this? And it was like a light bulb. But when I said it, and then I heard it everywhere else, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm onto something here. And I do this with planning actually. So like, whether it's planning my time or what I'm going to do with like a strategy, if I'm sat here thinking, oh God, how can I sell out this course, or not how, I'm sat here telling myself I can't do this, can't do that, then I go to the, well, how can I? Because it's instantly things, I keep getting ideas when I change it to how. So I don't know why, but it kind of
psychology.
It must be, yeah. Psychology has a lot to play in business, doesn't it? Because I start,
if you think you can't, you're right. That's
it's so true though.
Yeah.
Because when I do it and I just switch that one thing, I start writing a list. Oh, I could do this. Oh, I could do that. And before I know it, I've got all these activities, actions that I can take, that I can put into the plan.
And I think this is so apt for you coming on and talking about business organisation, because lots of people in here are mums, they have full-time jobs, they have all these things going on. And it's another thing that I hear all the time is, I can't make a plan because my business is too unexpected. My life is too unexpected. I can't plan. I can't put strategies in place. I can't form habits because, and it's like, there's always a because or a but.
There is. Yeah. And I get that, because I even sometimes now feel that, because we have, like my husband has a lot of appointments, and like I actually mentioned this to Annie yesterday, one of the biggest struggles for us at the minute is his ADHD brain. He can't remember when the appointments are or retain the information from the appointments, which means that he'll tell me one thing, but it's actually another. And I find out last minute, and I'm like, and being someone who's very organised, that presents an issue for me, because I like to know what I'm doing when. And we do have curveballs in life, every single one of us. It's not just you, it's not just me. And I think we just have to take them as they come. And it's about that reaction to it as well. So like, if something does come up, or something does throw you off because you're a mum, because you're a carer, or whatever it is, and because of your job, it's about just taking it in that moment and adjusting and going from there.
Absolutely.
Like we have things dropped on us all the time, like A&E trips, doctor's appointment, blood tests, all sorts, mainly because of the health of my husband and my son's appointments. But it can impact us. But we have to kind of just get into that mindset that actually we can deal with it, and it's not worst. Like we can look at it in two ways. Like in worst case scenario, you have to move something. It's either when this curveball throws you off, oh, I can move it, I can deal with it, or I can sit and complain about it for the rest of the week, and I've actually been unproductive all week. And I laugh because I've done that before.
Haven't we all? Haven't we all?
Yeah.
And do you know what? Having that business plan in place and being organised, those curveballs and those things that come up and that busy life will become less of a problem.
Yeah, it does, definitely. Like I set we're recording this, it's summer. I set my work schedule and I know when I'm working, when I'm not, clear boundaries, which I know are hard to put into practice, but boundaries become quite a big part of being organised as well, because if you're working and you've got your goals, you want to move forward with your business, you need to be clear about what your boundaries are, so that can enable you to do it. Because actually what I've realised is, if we don't say no to things, and I'm a people pleaser and we people please, then actually that's our self-sabotage of our own success, our own goals. And it's okay to be selfish sometimes, because actually being selfish, and you might have heard this before, it gets you results, which then is going to impact other people. Like all the work that we do, myself, Anna, you guys listening, like the things we do, the products we sell, the services we sell, everything, it helps people. No matter what it is that you sell, it helps someone. So if you're a success with your business, you're gonna help people in more ways than one. So it does have an impact, and that all started with you being selfish with your girls.
Yeah, too right. Which as well, that's another thing that I would like to bring up, is that goal. If you have a goal and you want it enough, you'll work for it.
Yes,
if you have
and
a
people
goal
don't
and
like
you want it
hearing
enough,
that. It's true.
yeah, it is so true. Every single training I do pretty much starts with, what is your why? Why are you doing what you're doing? Because that is what's going to drive you to take the actions. And a little story about me: I am a wing it girl. I have never been a planner. I've never been one for organising, and I've been in business since 2005. Wow. And I've grown successful businesses. And the times that I've been the most successful are when I've had a really strong goal and I've planned how to get there. I've got organised and I've planned how to get there. And when I wing it, it goes okay, but not to the same scale as when I've planned it. And I think that's a big thing for a lot of people, because a lot of people especially in the network marketing industry, are scared of making it too structured.
They are, or doing things their way, I think, sometimes, because in network marketing, with companies and trainings and things, and just, I think sometimes remember that it's okay to go off on your own. I've got an old client and friend who is in network marketing, and she does amazing, and she does completely different to what the team does that she's in. Like, so different to everybody else, but actually that's probably why and what it is, it's why she succeeds, because she's so different. She focuses on one or two areas. I'd say about two areas of the products, and it does a whole lot more. I'm actually wearing her makeup right now. And she's amazing, and she gets results, and the content that she puts out, like, I've never come across anyone like her in the way she does it. And it does make a difference when you just
give her a shout out. What's her name? What does she do?
She's the beauty guide on Instagram. She does Instagram. She's on Facebook as well, but I can't quite remember the name of the group. But she's amazing. She's with Lime Life, but she also does like classes for the makeup. She's completely self-taught, and she is unbelievable. If she can teach me makeup, then that's enough said, because I'm terrible. She taught me. So definitely recommend.
Nicole is
really good.
It's Nicole Beebe Oliver, isn't it? Nicole Beebe Oliver. Yeah,
that's her name on Facebook. Yeah, she's amazing.
I'll put a link below. I'll write a note to put a link below.
Always good to share, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
She's amazing. So if you ever want to follow someone and see how they are doing it in their own way, I'd definitely say her. Yeah, I always say this to people, because she is brilliant. And she's.
And do you know what? That's so important. And it's something that I learned on quite early on as well in my business, was that doing it my way, in a way that works for me, in a way that doesn't make me feel icky, is definitely the way forward. Definitely.
And I love the way you do that as well.
Yeah. So can you give us some top tips on getting organised in your business?
Oh, of course I can. Where to start? Well, I think my biggest tip that I'm always saying at the minute, because it's so important, is like people go, like, I don't have time to plan, or where do I start? And I always say there's one place you need to start, and it's actually planning the time to plan, which sounds funny. But if you plan in your time to plan and you just do that one thing to start off, then that's going to make an impact, because then you've created the time to actually do your plan. So for me, this looks like on a Friday afternoon before I finish for the week, because I work Monday to Friday. Well, not Monday to Friday, I do have Wednesday off, but typically Monday to Friday are my working days, and then I'll have the weekend off. So I finish off on Friday with my plan for the week ahead, so I know where I'm at Monday. So that time is in my diary. And then I actually, when I do my journaling in the morning, the last thing that I do is I set my intentions for the day. So I am quite excessive. I do plan monthly, quarterly, weekly, daily, because things change. And it's one of the ways that I manage the curveballs. Like if something happened today that threw me completely off, then I know that I can just set it in my daily intentions, what today's going to look like now versus the plan that I created on Friday. So I do the plan on Friday, have that dedicated time, and then that dedicated time every morning to set my intentions for the day. So that's the way I plan, and I love it because it works so well. So if you just do that one thing, all you've got left to do is implement it. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is thinking about what's actually going into your plan. So if we're looking at time blocking doesn't work for everybody. So I'm not going to be one of these coaches that tell you to time block, because it doesn't. Some people, I mean, I do it in different ways. So like I do my days for content on Mondays. That's what I'm doing today. And then the rest of the week will be time blocked. But some people work better if they have a set task or focus on a day. So it might be all your admin stuff in one day. But then other people might want to time block where you do admin, then you do content. Because I think especially creative people get shiny object syndrome and they want to bounce from different things, which I can do a lot, which is why yeah. I think all entrepreneurs are like that. And because we get bored easily, don't we?
Yeah.
So it does help to switch it up as well. And sometimes you might have a routine and then you switch it up because you need to, like, as the seasons change as well, I find, because when you're planning, it's never going to work all year round. Like I said, we're recording in summer and I've had to change it completely for summer, and I'm absolutely loving it. I'm actually thinking, should I keep it like this after summer, because I'm enjoying how much free time I've got, but I do love working as well, so I'll probably just go back to normal. And then winter, like, I don't know about anybody else, but getting up early in winter is so hard because it's dark and cold. So that might impact your routine as well. So thinking about how the seasons affect it, when your energy is better as well. You've got to consider these things. It's not just about opening up a diary and Mondays I do this, Tuesdays I do that, and then at 9 o'clock I do this, and 10 o'clock I do that. It's about your energy levels, the time of year, because all of it has a massive impact on how we show up for our business. So it's about considering that when you actually do your planning. So like if it's like I follow the moon cycles, and if it's like full moons and new moons, I notice how my energy is, and I might give myself a little bit more downtime. Or if it's like near winter, for example, I'll probably work at the couch more than anything else, because I like to get the blanket over me and be warm and have my wax melts burning and smell the nice smells. And I love that cozy feeling at the end of the year. So I know I'd work better and be more productive, ironically, sat at the couch versus at my desk, because it's winter and it's cold. So it's just how you can manage that, like even like to where you put yourself to work as well makes a difference. Oh God, I could talk about it all day about being organised and planning.
You're so right, though. You are so right. And you've got to find the plan that works for you, because it's not a one size fits all. I remember being taught you should use a planner, and if you don't use one, you're never going to be successful. I couldn't get my head around a proper planner. All those facts and figures that you write in there and the putting your affirmations in was just not me. I have a to-do list and I work my way through it throughout the week, and that's it. And
yeah,
you know what? It works for me. Exactly.
Yeah. Because even me, like, I love a planner, I do, but I think sometimes there can be so much to fill in them that you spend too much time writing all the stuff in rather than focusing on the important stuff. So, like, my best thing actually that I use is my Remarkable, and I just write in my to-do list and literally work through that. So even though I do like time block my week, I use Google Calendar, which I love because it reminds me of, like, you know, today you're going to be with Anna Green, but stuff like that. So it pops up so I can't forget. But other than that, I literally do have a list and I just work through it all week. So it's definitely handy.
Yeah, finding the thing that works for you.
Yeah,
definitely top tip. Is there anything else you would like to share with everybody while we're still here before we disappear off? You got a light bulb moment or something for everybody?
A light bulb. Oh, you put me on the spot now. I think, oh God, I feel like I've already said them. Light bulb moment.
A productivity tip then.
A productivity tip. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Eliminate distractions as best you can. So sometimes this is setting boundaries. Communication is a massive one to eliminate distractions. So if it's people in particular, let them know when you're going to be working so that they're not going to distract you. And I always get, but Dani, I've tried this and they still interrupt me. And I get it. I'm here for that. I'm exactly the same. But I'm like a parrot. I repeat it every single day until I'm no longer being distracted. And it might be new things that we have to repeat, but it's what we've got to do. Like, the only reason I have silence right now is because I've been repeating to my kids, there is summer, but Mummy's still working in the mornings. And to my husband as well, actually, because he's just as bad for interrupting, but I've repeated it and repeated it. And if they still don't, I put a sign on the door so they know when not to come in because I'm on a live, I'm on a recording or whatever I'm doing. So definitely for productivity, eliminate distractions because you're going to get more done in the time that you set yourself if you're not being distracted. Massive one as well for that is turning off your notifications for social media. I can't do with my phone pinging. I really, really can't. I have my phone's on silent and family go mental with me because they can't get in touch. But if I have it on, I will get nothing done. So off it goes every morning.
And that's the same for boundaries as well. So I have the same thing. I have my phone on silent and the vibrate's turned off now because I would be sat in an evening and I'd be still getting messages from people who are working on an evening, which is absolutely fine. And people who like to message me while they remember at 5 a.m, that's absolutely fine. But I'm not going to answer you because I've set a boundary. And actually that's making me more productive in my everyday life and creating that work-life balance, which is so key.
It is. I'm like, because that's why I had to set that boundary, because I used to be the person that pick it up, and then I used to be like, I thought you were watching this film. I am, but so-and-so's messaging. But that message can wait till 9 o'clock the next day when I'm back in work mode. And it's so important to set those. Otherwise, we'll never have downtime.
No. And you know what? If you like answering messages at that time of night and being available, that's absolutely fine. It's when it becomes a pain in the bottom and you don't want to do it anymore, then put your boundaries in.
That's it. And I think sometimes it's just recognising that as well, when it works best for you to work best. Like Anna just said, if 9 o'clock at night or 5 o'clock in mornings when you want to be sending those messages, great for you. But for us, it's not what we do. So it's setting that boundary so that you might be the one replying at 5 a.m, not sending them. And that's fine. It's as long as it works for you.
Exactly. Thank you so much for being a guest on here today. I was so pleased you could make it. Would you like to tell everyone where they can find you on your socials?
Absolutely. So if you come over on Facebook, I've got the Business Growth Club, which is my Facebook group, and soon to be a podcast under the same name. So it's Business Growth Club with Dani on all the channels. It will be available. And I am on Instagram. Well, I'm everywhere actually at Queen of Business Organisation.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. I will see you soon.
Thank you.